And so my last guest on this program today is none other than the president of the Zimbabwe Union of Journalists. That's Mr. Chideme, Mr. Michael Chideme. Mr. Chideme is representing all the media houses in Zimbabwe, those who report positively and those who report negatively. I know he might try to defend his turf, but Mr. Chideme, welcome, by the way, to ZTA TV, and welcome to this interaction.
Thank you.
Okay, before we go very far, I was just trying to make a joke there, but you are here as a partner in terms of promoting the tourism industry in Zimbabwe. How important is the media in portraying the right image, the correct image of Zimbabwe to the world?
The media is very important, if I may say, because the media are the carriers of the information about tourism to all our stakeholders, to our domestic tourists and to our foreign tourists. So the media should always be included when we talk of tourism. I think the tendency that I've seen, which needs to be corrected in terms of media, is when we have delegations going on tourism business, you should all be inclusive. Take media from all media houses and be inclusive, so that we have a story told from different platforms. In my view, it's counterproductive to be selective when we take media on tourism business. Everybody should be there, so that we have a wider variety, and even in fact the reach of the different media is also different. So let's cater for all the audiences who are there, who read our newspapers, who listen to our radio stations, who listen to our TV stations, our online stations, who go on social media. So let's be inclusive when we deal with the media.
And that inclusivity also implies perhaps accommodating the various angles that stories are reported through by the various media houses that we have in the country. And the need for that balance was actually stressed by Dr. Kaseke, the ZTA chief executive. But as a media practitioner or a representative of the media in the country, are you satisfied with the way the media has portrayed the image of Zimbabwe so far? Are you happy?
Yes, I will say yes, and I'll put the blame where it belongs. It's not the media. The media are simply reflecting what is on the ground. But it's the people in certain positions who abuse the situation on the ground, such that the media pick those stories and report on them. For example, right now we have the issue of spikes. Right? It's not the creation of the media. The spikes are there for everybody to say. The media is criticizing the spikes. Right? It's saying this is wrong. Right? And the media is criticizing the number of roadblocks and saying this is wrong. Right? So the media, can we blame the media there? No, I don't think so. But what we need to do with the media is like this cocktail we have had here in Harare, right? We should have tours around the country with our various media houses to areas of interest. We have journalists who have never been to Wange, we have never been to Victoria Falls, we have never been to the Eastern Highlands, right? Just imagine if we had this Braai, for example, at Leopard Rock, the stories that would come out tomorrow about the scenery in the Eastern Highlands, right? Probably about the scenery in Wange, about the scenery in Victoria Falls. So it's the duty of the tourism authorities to take our media on board so that they know Zimbabwe. And I'm happy with what the ZTA is doing. Right, but maybe we need to go a gear up, right? A gear up. Whereas we have been taking journalist A everywhere, right? Let's take journalist B and C, so that we have a fair appreciation of the tourism product by a number of our journalists. It's counterproductive to have only a few journalists having an appreciation, right? In the newsrooms there are a number of beats, right? But each beat can mainstream tourism. Health can mainstream tourism. Sport can mainstream tourism. Municipal reporters can mainstream tourism. Right, agriculture can mainstream tourism. So let's be as inclusive as possible and cast our net wider so that we have the tourism story told from all angles. Right now, I would say we have a linear focus on tourism because I am the tourism reporter. So is the tourism story without mainstreaming other areas that feed into the tourism basket.
Well, that also speaks to issues of capacitating every reporter who is in the country. But just before we go, your commitment to the tourism sector as the media.
We are very committed to the tourism sector, especially now that we know the contribution of tourism to the GDP. Right now it's at 11%, right? And as media, we want job creation in Zimbabwe, and what we want to do is let's get the stories rolling, right? And let's get the opportunities coming so that we are all over the country. There are areas where just a few have been to, right? Let's get the journalists there so that they begin to report our story from there, right? And even the online stations, we need them right in the jungle. See the product in the jungle. See the product in Lupane, in Guruve, in Mashumbi Pools, in Wange, in Eastern Highlands. Let's take everybody on board. Yes.
Oh, you sound quite well traveled yourself around the country, aren't you?
And I want it to cascade to my colleagues.
Thank you, and we really appreciate your presence here. That's Mr. Michael Chideme, who is the president of the Zimbabwe Union of Journalists. Thank you for joining us. And that's all we had for you today on ZimDI TV. We were streaming live on our Facebook page. That's ZimDI TV. This event is the coming together, bridging the gap between the media and the Zimbabwean tourism industry. Until next time, it's bye for now.